YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet, and this is NCAA Football 14. This is the Highland Scotties Team Builder Dynasty, and this is Scotties Sports Talk here today. This is episode 32, and we're taking a quick look here at the BCS championship game between the Highland Scotties and the Washington Huskies, as we'll be facing them here for the national championship here. Hopefully we can bring home the natty, as we are able to see their catapult to number 2, and we're going to have that honor there to play for the national championship. Now, last year we played for the national championship, our first year in the BCS, and as a Division I school, or a small Division I school, and we got to play against Alabama. We learned a lot. We of course lost the game there. We got slaughtered, but we learned a lot, and the team played very, very well here. And just like this year, they played excellent. Only have that one loss against LSU, and of course we're gonna get our revenge here next season. We've already been scheduled for week 1, I believe, against them for that rematch there between the two schools there. But we're gonna put that aside to next year and focus on the national championship for this season. And just take a look here at the top 25 here. Not the official last top 25 of the season, but the top 25 for going into the final bowl games here of the season. So you take a look. Hopefully your favorite team or your team have had a decent season there. But kind of a weird season. Washington 9-2 for the season. As you take a look and see, yes, Wendell Cason is our Heisman Trophy winner, our first ever Heisman Trophy winner there. So congratulations to him. He will be probably immortalized for us in our school for quite some time, bringing home that possible national championship, but of course bringing home a Heisman Trophy there for the school. So congratulations to him. You see Flanagan there in 4th place there. And let's take a look here. We've got some other awards that we've won. We won the look like the Walker, the Maxwell there for the best quarterback, going to Flanagan. So congratulations to Flanagan. He's got a little hard work coming. Of course, Sheldon Sherman there, the Benishkovkov there, and also the that one right there. I'm not sure which one that one is, but he's won 2 so far. Flanagan won the Davey O'Brien Award. Another award there for the quarterback. So nice job there for him. Congratulations to him. So he's got now 2. And Cason, of course, the Walker, best running back award there. So nice job there for him winning that. And also Little. Oh, okay. He won a award of Benishkovkov there. Won that one for the best wide receiver. Yes, and actually he had a pretty good year here for himself. Golden. Kenny Golden there, one of our good linemen there, who's been stepping up here the last couple of games. He's does some great blocking there and great protection there for Flanagan, of course. And then Sherman again winning another one on Lombardi there. Nice job there. He's stepping up here. He's now 3 awards now here for this season, including what he won from, I think, a year ago. And then Page there for the best returner for the year. So congratulations to those guys there. And cannot wait to see what they will be able to do there in the national championship game. Let's take a look here at your bowl games. I mentioned in the previous episode there, I want to know from you guys, if you guys want to see some of these bowl games, let me know which bowl games you guys would like to see, and I'll try to throw these up there on the channel before we get to the national championship, or it could be after. It just depends on when this video comes out. But got some pretty good, interesting bowl games here. There's some I wouldn't mind seeing, especially like this Rose Bowl here, the Penn State and Stanford game. It looks like it's going to be a fun game to watch. I believe also the Fiesta Bowl game, Texas and I can't think who it was now. SMU right there. Looks like a very good game. Of course, Alabama and Clemson. Alabama no longer the number 1 team in the nation, not playing for the national championship this year. Yes. Glad to see that. Of course, that's a rematch from the real life, between those two teams there. They met in the national championship game in real life, and Clemson, of course, won. So, wouldn't mind seeing that. And then, of course, the national championship game there, Highland versus Washington State. So, take a look at your awards winners here. Just some of the finalists there that made it to the the at least being mentioned or being considered for the awards there. But no, just right now, let's talk about just overall so far this season. Like I said, a little weird because Washington State is a 2-loss team. They're 9-2 going into this national championship game, and they lost to I believe it was Stanford, and it was another team that we also played, and I can't think of who it was now at the top of my head here. But yeah, it's just weird. And then at that, they did not go to their conference championship to be in it. Normally if you get a conference champ win, some kind of unless you're a independent like us and whatnot, I don't know, it's just weird how the voting happened. And I think with Alabama losing that game to Auburn there towards the end of the season, I think that really shook up a lot of things there. Of course, it ruined it for us because we wanted to play Alabama. We want to get that rematch from a season ago here, and we're trying to at least talking to Coach Teddy Bonds and the athletic directors there at Highland. We're trying to set up something where we can play Alabama maybe at a neutral site at sometime, maybe not next season, but somewhere down the long line. And we're trying to get that going and trying to see how that's going to work out there, see exactly which neutral site we're going to play at and all that kind of stuff there. So, but yeah, it's just weird that a 2-loss team comes in there, and then we somehow with luck, and I would say a lot of it, with other teams ahead of us like Texas and others getting wins, but not getting convincing wins, and then just not doing I don't know, just the funny way of how things work out. We were able to still stay in it and then win, be able to get in there and get a chance to get a bid to play in the national championship. That's great thing. We're trying to talking to Coach Teddy Bonds there. He says he's gonna have this to be just a normal approach to it, just like last year. Just make the day as normal as they possibly can, and just make sure that the routines are still the same, and nothing is out of place or anything like that. So they're trying to keep it as normal as possible, even though they know this is a big deal, and a lot of there's a big things that happen. Endorsements, school money is always a big factor to this. So trying to make it normal is tough. As he was telling me in a sit-down interview with him, and he's just trying to just take it one play at a time, and not try to get too ahead of themselves there. He knows that Flanagan is going to have to be on top of his game. Flanagan's going to have a game like he did against, I think, Georgia. He played really well in, and then most recently here, the last couple of games there that he played, he's going to have to be rock solid. He's going to have to make sure he's reading coverages correctly, because Washington does have a pretty good secondary with them. So yeah, that's just going to be something that he says that they're going to be working on all week long leading up to the game. They've been doing some simulation play and whatnot. Another thing is too, a big factor in this game, or a big key, could be having Kason really pound the ball. He won the Heisman Trophy winner. He's a Heisman Trophy winner, and they want to show that off there. They want to get the running game going there early, but not to mention also get Hunter Cannon there and involved in the game a lot too. And not just him either. I mean, we got Tolbert, who's been really doing a great job there since he was, taken over there for Cannon, as Cannon was out for the majority of the season. And so we're going to get him involved. And then, of course, Grady Little, who just had a great season there. You see, as he's part of the NCAA first team there for All-Americans. Get him involved also, too. So just really try to get these guys involved and get them going early there. That's going to be the key thing there. And of course the defense there, of course, led by Sheldon Sherman there on the defensive line. really getting to the quarterback as quickly as they can, really causing some confusion there on the opposing team's offensive line, and just making sure that doing what they can do, just do what they've been doing here lately in the last couple of games here, and just really showing up and making those key plays, making those turning those game big game plays, making sure that the opposition is shut down quickly, and that they're forced to play the type of game that we want them to play. So but yeah, it was a good time sitting down with Coach Teddy Bonds about it and whatnot. Talked to both offensive and defensive coordinators there, David Sahib and Alan Lawrence, talking to both of them about their game plans, and that was pretty much that. They said it's just trying to play solid, play some good, just play what them got them there, and stick to it. Don't change it up too much. Throw a couple little new stuff in there, but at the same time, just play what got them there. So that is the key for them. Nothing too difficult about that. To me, it seems pretty simple, and that's the kind of gameplay they're going to have to try to do here. So take a look here at the game preview. As you see, the highly favorite for us, as you see there, they're going to pick us for the win here. Take a look. Good, like I said, Washington has a great defense there, better than ours. Offensive rushing there, you see they're just slightly better than us. Turnover difficulty, yeah, we have a problem with that, and that's, like I said, something Coach Teddy Bones said that they've been working on here, and they're going to try to make sure they keep, reduce the amount of interceptions. I know Coach Teddy Bones said that if Flanagan gets too wild out there and stuff like that, that he's more willing to pull Flanagan out and put in Rush. So Rush already knows that at a moment's notice he could be called over to the field. Take a look at Washington. There you see, Arizona. Okay, never mind. We didn't play Arizona. So the two teams that played for the Big 12, for the Pac-12 championship. I mean, they're probably wondering, like, what is the deal? Why we're not in this? And then you take a look there. They have two losses there, close games there, except for that Arizona game there that Washington had with them. But yeah, everything else they won. I mean, you only got to tip your hat to them and say congrats. And how did that work out? But it worked out the best for them, and they're sitting where they're at. So. Just taking making those having those great wins there, and then just waiting for the everybody up above them to kind of topple, and that's exactly what happened there. So, there you see their schedule there. Like I said, 9-2 going into this national championship game, and it's gonna get our heads scratching. We're gonna kind of wonder, like, okay, what's going on? Coach Teddy Bonds also, in the interview, he was saying that. We can't think too far ahead. We're going to stay in the moment, and we just can't underestimate the way Washington plays. That's something that he is he was very adamant about. That we just cannot, just because they lost two games, they lost to two good teams. They're just as well better than them, if not more. Not even. I mean, to me personally, I think those two teams are a lot more better than Washington. But he said that was that's something that they just cannot take. They don't take it lightly, and just be prepared for some crazy things from them. Take a look at our schedule there. You see the only loss there from LSU there. That was just a heartbreaker there in the overtime game when they picked us off and took it back for 6 there and won the game. Tough break there for us, but we were able to bounce back. We came back against Arkansas State, winning 52-7. And then just after that, we just started murdering, with the exception of TCU, just started murdering other teams there. That North Texas game was a very good game there for Flanagan. And like I said, Coach Teddy Bonds said that Colorado State game, which was all right for Flanagan. But the most importantly, the North Texas game there, Flanagan just went off, and he wants him to play it just like he did in those two games there, the Colorado State and the North Texas game. He wants him to play like that here against Washington, and hopefully we'll be able to see him do that here in that game there. So, but yeah, big game here coming up for these guys. Second year being a part of this BCS, and then second chance now to go to the national championship and now try to win it here. Alabama last year was tough. This year it may just be just as tough. There you see the numbers there for Washington State, their top players. Browning, their quarterback there. You see last game he had 4 touchdowns, 372 yards, 18 of 23 there for him. Gaskin, who was up for the Heisman there, I believe he finished last there. Had a really good good season there for Washington. As for Kason, there you see his numbers: 1,775 yards this year, 22 touchdowns. Flanagan, you see 4,229 yards, 50 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Not what a good ratio, but at the same time, Coach Saban says those interceptions, a lot of those interceptions were not necessary there for the season. Take a look at Jake Browning, the senior. This is his last go here, and of course he would like to go out with a bang here and bring home a championship there to Washington. As you take a look at his numbers there, great accuracy there, or I should say not great accuracy, great awareness. He knows what he's doing on the field. Very smart quarterback, but great power, good accuracy there from him. And there you see stamina there, and just really a good, I would say I can see him being a second or late second round, early third round quarterback for this upcoming draft coming up for the NFL. Take a look at Gaskins. Great numbers there, great speed, excellent acceleration there, awareness top notch there, agility. Of course, there you see some other numbers there, and of course spin and juke, very important for his position there. And a guy that we're just gonna hate if he is gonna have a day running around on us. Like I said, remember he was up for the Heisman. He was one of the finalists there, and he's got something to prove. He's want to show that he easily should have won it also. And then you see their top wide receiver there. His numbers there, good numbers there. A very dangerous deep threat. I will say this. So this guy will be a guy that will be very tough for us going. If we don't get him, if he's open too much, he's going to definitely be a threat on us in the long run. Take a look at their defensive players there. You got some good defensive guys there on the line. Redshirt senior Veta, I think that's how you say it. Great numbers there from him, and definitely a guy that can block shed and get ripped through the line there if we don't adjust our times of snapping the ball there. He can really run some havoc there and really give Flanagan a hard time, and also just cause problems for us in the passing game there, just getting Flanagan in trouble, throwing the ball early, and not let us hold on to the ball too not as long as we need to, so that could be a problem. And then there are deep threat there defensively there. You see Rapp. He's a guy that he can just go around the field and just he's very got good recognition there, so he knows he can read something really quickly and just get to his just as quick there. So definitely a guy that we won't be able to throw too much deep. It's going to have to be a mid-range game there passing. May have to get Kason involved in some more of this screen passing and stuff like that. Throw some short stuff there in front of us. And then Gaines there, another defensive problem there on the right end there. Again, could cause some pass rushing there for us and just really make our day not our day. So there you see Washington there. They got, like I said, a lot of 90 overalls guys there, and like I said, this is going to be a knockout, drag out, brawl here for the national championship game, and I think a lot of you guys will probably enjoy it. And we'll see how things go here. Like I said, this could be a game that I would hate to say this, but I don't want to see this, but it could go to overtime there and just really cause some havoc for us, because last time we had an overtime game, did not go in our favor. So, but yeah, take a look there. Number 1 going against number 2 in the nation. It's going to be 11-1 Highland Scotties going against the 9-2 Washington Huskies coming up here. That video will be coming up on the channel here very, very soon here. Stay tuned for it, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. And hopefully we'll be bringing Highland a national championship. Let's get the natty, boys. Let's do it for Scotty Nation. So that is it for this episode of the Highland Scotties Sports Talk here. Hopefully the next time you guys see a Sports Talk, hopefully we're going to be holding a national championship in our hands. That's it for this episode. As always, you guys enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification if you're new here, to keep a track and follow us, get the latest notifications when this series or any other series here on the channel is uploaded to ESGNet. As always, also follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. The best way to get the latest information and news on what's going on here on the channel with different series and what's going on in the world of sports gaming and in sports in general. That's it for me, you guys. As always, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you guys next time.